Har Har Mahadev. The Supplementary, The Happy Cure. It was again written by Rose Dobbs. It's about the foolish king. A foolish king lying down, at least that's what he used. Yes, he said he was a dead dose, but the truth of the matter was this: the king was suffering from having nothing to do. He was being bored to death. Of course, the king would not admit him. He grounded and moaned and complained of sharp stabs in every muscle and sticking pain in every bone in his body. Physicians and surgeons came from far and wide. They looked down the king's throat. They trapped his chest and they felt his puzzles. They hemmed, hawed, and stalked their breed, but they could not find nothing wrong. Physicians and surgeons are dulled, cried the king. Aren't there any plain, ordinary doctors in the kingdom? The plain, ordinary doctors came from Hitler and Neon. They felt the king pulse, strapped his chest, and looked down his throat. They howled and hemmed, took off his partles, but them one again, but even they could not find nothing wrong. Pain. Ordinary doctors are idols, cried the king in a rage, and the next one who examines he and find nothing wrong will have his ears cut off and his nose shortened. This did not stop the coming of the doctors and surgeons and physicians. The king kept sending messengers and courtiers to bring them in. The people were in despair, such an epidemic of hearts without ears and faces with shortened noses was never seen. Finally, a simple old woman came to see the king. The ancient prime minister brought her into the royal bedchamber. The simple old woman peered into the king's face for a long time. Then she said, Your Majesty, you are suffering from a strange and rare disease, so rare and strange that no name exists for it. There, I know it, cried the king in glee. I kept telling all of them, the fools, that I am a sick. A very sick man, said the old woman. The king leaned back among his sickened pillow and closed his eyes and wrinkled his brow as if he were in pain. And is there no cure for me? He asked. Oh, yeah, yes, Your Majesty, you need sleep but one night in a shirt of happy man, and you will be covered instantly, said the simple old woman. The king summoned the captain of his guard and his bravest soldiers, the best courtiers in the land, and the swiftest messenger, and he does. Start off at once, he commanded them, and bring me up back the shirt of happy man, and mind you, don't return without it. He added darkly. The soldiers and courtiers, messengers, and the elders traveled far and wide, from east to west, from north to south, across seas and deserts, through cities above mountains, from one end of the kingdom to the other, but now over. could they find a happy man? They sent long reports to the king, and this is what they said. The people is the east might be happy if your majesty didn't tax them so heavily, and the people in the west might be happy if they didn't have to work so long and so hard, so they might have a little time to enjoy singing and dancing. And the people in the north might be happy if sometimes they could see you and felt you were interested in them. And the people in the south must be happy if you majesty would notice their industry and faithfulness and would reward them. The king read the report hastily and flung them away. But as time went by and none of the messenger returned, and more reports come to him of people that might be happy if the king so chose, he began to read from carefully. One day, a little stable boy approached a stranger who was happily singing. Good afternoon, he said, and said politely. What makes you sing so merrily? I sing for joy, said the stranger. I love my fellow man. I own but little and want less. I am a happy man and singing. A happy man, cried the little stable boy. Oh, do you want to know? Then the whole kingdom is looking for you. Do you not know that king is very ill, and only if he can sleep one night with a shirt of happy man, he can be cured. Quick, quick, take off my shirt. Quick, quick, give it to me. That the man burst into laughter. My shirt, he gasped. Why, you little fellow, I don't possess a shirt. And jumping to his feet, he gathered his tattered coat about him and walked off. The little stable boy flew to the palace, past the guards and the prime minister, and sped right into the royal bedchamber. What have we here? Cried the king. The little stable boy had to wait to recover his breath before he could talk. Oh, your majesty, he cried. The cure was right there all the time, right at hand, right on the palace ground. I found him. He said he loved his fellow men, owned but little and wanted but less. And the little boy's lips trembled, but he didn't possess a shirt. Then the king hung his head, assumed. Yes, the cure has been here all time, he murmured. Only I can cure my own folly, and he resolved then and there to be good king, to help his people, to rule wisely and well. He never fascinated himself ill again, for he became too busy for such folly, and so he lived a ripe old age. Thank you. Radhe Radhe.